It's the Exit 36 podcast. And this one is what's the process of getting a tanker endorsement and is it worth having? So basically, a tank endorsement, if you don't know what a tanker endorsement is, first of all, if you don't know what a tanker is, it's basically what it said, a trailer that's a tank. So in order to pull these tanks, you need an endorsement. It's just like pulling a certain amount of hazmat, you need an endorsement for it. Pulling doubles, triples, stuff like that. So you need an endorsement to pull tanks, pull a tank trailer. So it's very simple to get. You, I recommend studying the book. I mean, you might be able to go and just pass the test without studying the book, but I recommend studying for it. You don't necessarily have to study the book, but if you want to, you could get a book from the DMV or you could just study on the app. When I did mine, the app I used was CDL Prep. That's a well known app. If you want to just study for your general knowledge, if you want to study for any other endorsements, they're all on there. I study on the app, then I went in, take the test. Some DMVs, you don't have to set up an appointment. The one I went to in Florida, you don't necessarily need to set up an appointment, but I still do it to do it. That way, as soon as I go, I already have my appointment in. They already have all my information. All I gotta do is show them my ID, give them my appointment number, and they could pull everything up. It's CDL Prep. I'm gonna look it up. But it's not a hard test to pass. You could just browse through the app. If you have basic knowledge of what you're doing, you look on the app just as a refresher and then go take the test. Some states give you your license right away. I know some states mail the license to you because they'll be giving you a new license with that endorsement on it. Um, I got mine right away. You just wait probably 10 minutes to print your license out and give it to you. Other than that, if you gotta wait for it, they might give you a receipt or something showing that you pass it, and then you get your actual hard copy in the mail. It's about 20 or 30 questions, something like that. It's a test that you only gotta take one time. It's not like the hazmat where you gotta keep go renewing it or go retest. The tanker endorsement, once you get it, whenever you renew your CDL, you'll automatically renew along with it. So that's how you go about the process of getting the tanker endorsement. Is it worth having it? Now that would depends on what's your plan. If you plan on getting into pulling tankers or pulling tanker type loads, like for example, if you're going to pull a 53-foot dry van with plastic totes in it, then you'll need tanker endorsement. So it depends what's your plan if you'll need it. I get it. At the time when I get it, I didn't need it, but I still went ahead and get it just in case whenever I need it, I already have it. Some people don't look on stuff like that. I do. Now, once you have it, you could go out and look for the type of work that required. So you might start pulling a lot of, you might decide to get into hauling tankers, or you might decide to haul stuff that require tanker endorsement. You might be sitting somewhere, you're working for a company or however you get your loads. You're sitting somewhere, it's one load come available, that requires a tanker endorsement, you have it. Other drivers in the area that don't have it, now you get the load because you have the endorsement to what the load require. So that's another way to look on it. So it might be something good. Well, I'm not even gonna say it might be. It's something good to have. So when you need it, you already have it instead of when the time come when you need it and you don't have it. And it's one of them things where if you have it and you go looking for the type of work that require it, you will find it. But when you don't have it, you're not going to go looking for the type of work that require it. So you never know if you need it or not. So if you're on the fence wondering should you get a tanker endorsement, I'll say go get it. Even if you have it for a year and don't use it, the next year you don't know what might happen. You might get into an opportunity that require it, and now you already have it. A lot of CDL holders might not carry it. Some people might tell you, well, you don't need it because they have it and they never use it. Well, you and them are different. You might come up on an opportunity that pays more that require it, especially if you live in a certain area. If you live in an area where they haul a lot of gas, they haul a lot of crude oil, stuff like that, you might have the perfect opportunity where you'll need to have the tanker endorsement.